Hello, everyone. We are back with more Code Vein, and this time we'll be finishing the dry trenches. And I think I said in the previous episode, part of this is due to me screwing up on my
This is
end.
perfect.
This will have to be a post
Map will
recording, even
protect
though
us.
I just said I
Davis
figured
will
out
be
a way
very
how to do it.
interested.
That's mainly due to the footage I recorded of the end part of this being corrupted. So unfortunately, you're just gonna have to deal with my voice now and my inane ramblings. Jeez. Um. Anyways, with this part of the dry trenches, we're basically just gonna cover like the last stretch of this area. It's not. I say it's annoying because of all the nooks and crannies and how like hidden areas work, in that you would have to go to certain drop off points, like in a normal, I guess, game. Like, it's just boxes. I can't break those. Ignore them. But here, fireball, and you'll see what mean when I say that part of the footage got corrupted in the end. That I had to deal with this all over, and well, you'll see when we get there. Break the boxes here after defeating that loss. You get another awake. Um, and I actually thought the loss was actually going to fall off again. The giant loss can be annoying. They're not always, but like, just swift and turn and bam, it's dead.
Something we can use.
You open this chest right here.
What do we have
You
here?
get the Riot Breaker +3. And like I said in the previous episode, it's just better to it me and my tongue. Certain items that you just find out in the areas, whatever level they are, that's the level you should want to be in terms of upgrades.
Don't lose
So
your
Riot
footing.
Breaker, Broadsword +3, that's where you should be in terms of your skill level. Not skill, but item, like upgrade at that point. Anyways, you go all the way back up. You want to climb up the ladder again to head back out. And as you saw, that when you go to the provisional government,
I won't take
when
long.
a soldier, the dead corpse of it, um, they'll have a map. You'll give it to Davis, but that's not something we'll explore in this episode.
What's that?
That's something we'll explore in a later episode because I actually had the parts for that recorded ahead of time. And when it comes to the gun soldier, or the gun loss, who does like major damage for like no reason,
Okay.
but he's dead. Normal loss, like
You can always fall back.
I know I'm harping on the gun soldier, the gun loss, because like they do so much damage. Like it's ridiculous how much damage they do. Oh,
Pull through.
wow. You gave up behind me. Well, he's dead now. Yeah. I think I turned that off in the in later parts because like, yeah, it's cool. I might show off the other ones and how they look, because all of them pretty much they have the same backstab animation. They have the same, yeah, they do. They have the same backstab, parry. Yeah, they have the same animations. It's just like where it's in the front and the back. And Louis angered them to where they came all the way over here, which is very, very rare. Like most of the time, they wouldn't even bother coming up here. Bam. The only thing that's really different is like the special drain attacks. Now I look at it, like some of them, like you launch them in the air, it's usually you're stabbing them, you're smacking them, or in the special case of another one, the dog one, there's another one, like you have the ivy one, you have the claw, you have a kind of like a summoner variation where you do like a summoning of blades to protect you and guard and all that. And then you have like a dog shaped one where if you parry with it,
Okay.
it just takes a chunk out of them, I believe. You pick this up after breaking those boxes. You get Darkseeker Vestige 8. That's it. That's all it. That's all the vestiges you need to find for it. The Darkseeker. The Darkseeker is so unimportant that you just find them like, oh, that's it. There they go.
Watch your step
Another gun loss. Not that hard because at least it's not like multi-shot, or for some reason he can shoot one and does a backflip in the air and kills you that way. Kill it, and there you go.
Not bad.
It doesn't drop anything, Thank you, Louis. I do try, somewhat. And then we're gonna go over here. We have to face another giant loss. And be better to heal than try to face it right away. Um, backstab. Like, some of the backstabs are kind of finicky on the bigger enemies. Because sometimes it just does not go. And other times you can just get them back to back. Like, oh, backstab, charge attack, backstab. There you go. I've grown to like the Ivy one mainly because of the first character I have and the style they and the armor they wear, mainly because it just looks very good and flashy. But it's like, oh, might as well deal with it. But I also feel like the Ivy one has a longer parry window opening than it does for the other variations. Because the Combat Claw one, the Ogre I believe it's called, it's very quick. So, because it's just a wave of your hand. Oh, gun was taken out fairly quickly. Well, I did say they were glass cannons, but it kind of helps that they were taken out that quickly. Going down here, I guess I should also bring this up now. I was going to have someone on me, with me today, also commenting along with me, but circumstances have led to the fact that I can't do that, so it won't be in the next 4 episodes, unfortunately. It might be by the 5th episode that I will get them on with me. You'll want to break that box, get another awake, and then you can have someone else to listen to besides my boring monotone voice. Go up here after killing that lost, and like it's not that bad. Like when it comes to this, it really isn't. Now that I kind of think about it, you want to pass them. Like you usually would face all the lost here, but since I usually kill them early. Like even that giant loss, I kill it early. I come down here and I just explore everything else. I don't believe that. Nope, there's nothing in those boxes because it would popped up. Go down the ladder. I believe you could just jump down this one. You won't take fall damage like Louis. It's mainly when you hear that crack. You're like, oh, I took some fall damage. And then Bear. There, we have mapped out the full area of the dried up trenches. And yeah, see, 100%. And now this is something I just because with this character I haven't done it yet. I have neglected to buy any other gifts other than like someone's like oh my favorite. I know it's like not necessary, but I was like, might as well. Because like I might do this off screen, I might not. I know with like some of the character specific ones, being like Louis, and the one we picked up when we did our first like challenge would be Kevin's. Those I will show on screen for like the first time to kind of like show like, oh, you put this one, you unlock this skill, you unlock this skill, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just kind of like going through all these like the base ones. Actually, like Louis said in like the first episode, well, not the first episode, but like when we got to the cathedral or the church, you said that you're a void type, meaning like your blood code's like missing for some reason, and you don't find out the reason why your blood code's specifically missing, because for all you know, you're just special. Like you woke up in the middle of nowhere, you have this hot, almost naked girl with a larger than average chest, just kind of watching over you, like what the heck is going on? But it's like, oh, okay. So I'm just kind of like picking up the skills. You see, Oliver's are more combat based. He has some support, but a lot of them rely on big heavy weapons. And when we go to Louis, look, a lot of his are blocked out. And that's because we haven't viewed his messages. And look, some of these just cost so much. The Sword Master, 3,600 haze. And you saw I was spending it on. I'm like, oh, we're gonna have to come back to that one. So it's like, oh, why? Some of this haze, like Louis has some of the highest haze requirements in the entire game, like for any of them. But you grab them, you like Ethereal Blade Dance and Blade Dance are Louis specific. You cannot use them outside of this blood code for some reason. I think it's to kind of emphasize Prometheus is one of the more important ones, but you go back in. Buy Flame Weapon mainly just for the buffs. Because I guess I should state this now. You can't. I probably have. I keep forgetting because my memory is terrible, and I record these at regular times, even though I'm trying to keep a schedule. Um, you can stack buffs on top of buffs. So, say if you have fire, ice, and lightning, and you do lightning, fire, ice. Ice will have the top effect, but you will have like the power and strength if you stack all those other buffs on top of it, and you can stack all the other ones. Going to Kevin's, you see that his is more gun based and kind of like survival. Just kind of going based on them, active by FF. That's just to show enemies up. That one's like a useless one in my opinion, because like you'll see the enemies. It's like, oh, which ones are dead, I guess, or ones that are playing dead. Flame Spike, um, neat. Hunter versus Core, but I'll show this off in the next episode. That all these that are blocked off. Well, you'll see why, but like you have to tie them to the characters. So I will come back to those. Like, like you said, like most of these are just tied to their destiny, and you can see I guess at this point they start to like try to end recording and try to come back to it. I'm not sure because, like I said, I'm limited now by like the capacities of the Xbox. No, no. So we're actually going to come up and face the boss in this area. And as you can see, I don't have a whole lot when it comes to these skills. I'll do either I try to do it on screen. I kind of notice now like, oh crap, I'm building up my passive like at all. I'm sorry if my voice got kind of quiet there, but I was just slightly, ever so slightly away from my computer in terms of the recording. And you see here, this is our boss. And this boss I don't find particularly troublesome. Like, they can be annoying depending on your level. Like, with another one of my characters so far at level 7, so it wasn't that hard. And I'm at level 14 right now because I didn't spend any of the haze. I'm saving it up for the Louis skills. But bam, there we go. He screams, he shouts, and then he fights us. Yeah, I know. I could get like kind of boring, especially because I'm the only commentator on this. But like you said, like future episodes, I'll come in. Insatiable Despot. Despots can be annoying. I don't find them annoying, but it's because he can, like you saw with the crystals. He can summon crystals up, and if you do not break these crystals right away, they will spawn into other characters. I don't do it in this fight because, in all honesty, I don't want to deal with extra stuff just coming at me. But as you can see, the Despot is kind of susceptible to damage because, like, bam, just took out over 7,000 HP fairly easily with like barely any. Yeah, with barely any buffs. Bam. And again, we're getting to the here we go, the halfway point. He will stick his knives in the ground. He will tear out like the lance in his chest, freaking metal. It basically forces them to fuse together. Ugh, it's disgusting. Now I get a closer look at it. He forces them like with flesh and blood to come together to form a weapon. Which, wow, he almost one shotted me. To like if he forces them to come together, and yeah, like the Sensible Despot also gets far more aggressive when he goes into the second phase when he basically brings out the giant dual sided axe. Like most bosses, like despite the fact that he has like ridiculous amount of HP, like he has over I'm not sure how much. Like I believe like later bosses he had like 10,000, 20,000. Like, but you'll be so high leveled at that point that it really does not matter. Like I'm not even kidding, by the way. When I say you'll be pretty high level, and I'm just kind of stacking. I'm just trying to stack the buffs on, or at least the two buffs I have because I was full, and try to do it all at once. So that was my own fault. All right, he's almost dead. Louis slowed him down, like for all the good that did, and bam, Insatiable Despot defeated. Greater loss dispersed, and we get the Tyrant's Labrys, the boss weapon. It's not one I've tried. I believe it's actually much shorter than it actually looks. I believe it's a halberd as its category. And anyways, you'll want to come up here, and you'll see in bam, Character change.
There
Well,
it
why the
is.
character change?
Let's
Well,
see.
this is because, like I said, the footage got corrupted. You can see I have far more skills. So I actually put a bit more time and effort to this character than I did with that one. But that's mainly because like I was frustrated because I had to re-record all of it and get back past this point. So I was annoyed. I know it's not super far into the game, but like having to do all this again, make a character and try to do this. I'm like, oh, why did you use your previous character? I didn't feel like it. I wanted to look at something different. Maybe that'll be a gimmick to this playthrough. I'll switch the characters up between the three. Between Perry, this character who kind of should be obvious. Well,
So,
no, I'm lying.
where are you
This
dragging us
character
off to next?
doesn't come from a super obscure game, but obscure enough to where people might not know who it is. So I'll put it in the chat, or not
What?
chat. I'll put
The
it
blood
in the
vein here
description.
leads to the old city ruins.
Anyways, uh,
Huh?
just kind of letting
Wait,
this play through,
hold on a second. Shouldn't it lead from the old city ruins?
and then like, oh, you hear what's going on? You hear that?
Singing.
Yeah, like, where the hell would there
Look at
be?
that.
Excuse my language again. You see this giant shield go down. You just notice in the background, like, oh, it's just kind of there. And the reason why is because you're going to see it right now with the whole singing of the character. Like, oh, why the heck was there singing in a place like this? Why would someone be singing in a dump of like this? That looked painful.
That's...
I know I'm being kind of quiet for this, but it's like a story cutscene, so like, maybe I'll shut up.
It's him. Careful. It's the hunter.
It's
Is
the
that woman
hunter.
his partner?
And like, the singing doesn't really matter because like if you pay attention, like it doesn't match up at all. It's kind of funny. I think it's because it's supposed to be timing with the Japanese version, and maybe it's just not coming off right. That's a pretty cool design though. See, you see, he has his own large-chested woman that follows him around. Yes. I think out of the other revenants, and just shoved it into the chest. Looked kind of painful, if I'm being honest. But you see, there is some care for between them.
Is, but let go of the woman.
No, do not white knife for a woman you don't know. Yeah, I know it's cruel, but you don't know the circumstances of what's going on. You can see she's somewhat fine, not dead, because she was able to get somewhat. And yeah, that's it. Hunter disappears. What the heck happened there?
Where'd they go? What just happened?
At least right now. Like he'll be back later. Fortunately, that nameless successor, yeah, that's him. That's the dude. Unfortunately, you feel bad for him. It's like, oh, well, nothing I can do about it now. Well, anyways, that is dead. You want to
What was the
go up
hunter
here?
doing?
I don't know, maybe. And then bam, Darkseeker.
On our own business.
He has core, and bam, that's it. He's unnecessary. He does have vestiges, and that will be its own tiny little episode, like 3 minutes. Like, oh, tried to fake the Darkseeker. No one knew who he was. No one cares. Too bad. Bye bye. Sucks to be him. But anyways, guys, that's it. That's it for the Dread Up Trenches. We met the hunter. We finished out the area. We killed the boss. So I think that's a good enough day's work for this character. I'll probably continue with this character depending on how I feel about it. But that's it, guys. Hopefully everyone's doing well. And that's it for the episode. Later.